This is my review on the Suicide Squad from 2021. The sequel to the first Suicide Squad movie called Suicide Squad. This one's called The Suicide Squad. Couldn't get creative with the title, I see. And, this is a sequel to this is a sequel and a reboot of the Suicide Squad franchise to start with Suicide Squad, apparently. And, kind of like what First Class did for the X-Men. But it takes place in the same universe, like that one did. First Class, this takes place in the same universe, even though it's a reboot sequel. And as far as reboot sequels go, this is actually pretty solid. I give it a solid 10 out of 10. I really like the story, and I really like the characters for this band of the Suicide Squad. This round Suicide Squad, I like each one of them by the end of the movie. And although I was sad when Polka Dot Man died, I was kind of sad, but it was also kind of because it was, and I liked how the Suicide Squad mourned Polka Dot Man, their friend who died during the climax was happening of the film when they were fighting Starro versus the Suicide Squad. And so this probably should talk about the story. So the story is the Suicide Squad fall into an ambush, and the only reason why they got ambushed is because one of the Suicide Squad members, once they were live on the location at the island, they got shot on plain sight because one of the squad members ratted them out to the enemy behind enemy lines. So a bunch of people shooting at the Suicide Squad. Most of them die, more than half. The only one that survived is Harley Quinn and the leader of the Suicide Squad, Rick Flag, who supposedly gets captured, and so does Harley Quinn after all of the squads died brutally and gruesome fashion. And we find out Weasel, the one who thought that died drowning, is alive at the end after the end credits of the movie. So he's the one that's alive, and we might see again. The ones they're dead as dead. They even had the guts to kill off Captain Boomerang, which was a squad member from the first Suicide Squad member. One of the members from the past Suicide Squad events that was in the first movie. And he gets a very brutal death. Which I was kind of sad about because I always liked him as the guy that played Captain Boomerang. But, so, yeah, it's, most of the squad members, you're not when they die, you're not sure if it's play for a laugh or play for a dramatic effect to service the story, or if it's play for laugh or both. That's my problem with this movie. You're not really sure if it's play for laugh or both, or one or the other when a Suicide Squad member dies, except for Rick Flag. You can tell that was meant to be a serious moment, and it actually pulled it off. But the rest of the Suicide Squad members, you're not sure if you want to laugh or cry or do both, because you're not sure what the intentions are when they kill off the character. So after that, the B team of the Suicide Squad members are alive and have open field and no enemies waiting for them like they were supposed to be, because the A team got fucked because one of the A team of the Suicide Squad members got ratted out the entire team on the A team. So the B team is their only hope, is Walt's only hope for the solution is the B team instead of the A team. Also known as Task Force X. So the B team, which is the main squad we're going to follow along throughout the story, has Bloodsport and Peacemaker and Rat King 2, the original Rat King's daughter, who died we find out due to a heroin overdose while taking care of his daughter, being the only parent figure she had. And which is sad, and pulls off fairly well, you know. And also King Shark and Polka Dot Man, the ones that are the B team that arrive on the island. Then one of the team members almost gets eaten by one of the other team members, King Shark, and that would be Rat King, that was trying to eat King Shark in her sleep. She's pissed and calls upon the rats to basically, God knows does what, but Bloodsport asks us to call off because he has a rat phobia, it turns out. And Wall's like, wait, why didn't you say you had a rat phobia, Bloodsport? You mean you had a rat phobia this entire time, and we have like this team member that her powers is to call rats, and you didn't say anything? Wall was like, oh, that was really stupid of him. He's trying to act all tough, and he's just saying, I'm an assassin. I have killed many things, blah, blah, blah. And then Wall gets spooked by a rat that's trying to give him a leaf to show him that he should show him Bloodsport that he mean no harm. I love how Bloodsport's reaction says, why would I want a fucking leaf? Yeah, it's one of the buddies of Rat King's too. Remember that one of the rats that she has one rat that goes around with him and dressed wearing like a little like jacket, and who's dressed like and dressed nice and very friendly. Rat King 2 has this little buddy of hers. So comes with her everywhere. So that's the one that's trying to give Bloodsport a leaf to calm Bloodsport down, which I found that funny. The whole scene. So she calls off the rats, and Rat King talks to King Shark, asks if would you eat your friends, and it turns out King Shark doesn't have any friends. And so she asks if we were your friends, would you eat us? And he says no. So they're now friends. I love how the other people don't even trust him, that that he's telling the truth, think he's lying, still to get the flesh off of to see their flesh. I find that funny, their team's reaction. Not fully believing King Shark. So they get orders from Mandalore to go and rescue and save and secure. Go and search for a search and rescue mission for Red Flag, and they succeed. Only to turn out, I guess Mandalore didn't got the word that from Rick Flag that's so Mandalore was wrong. Because the whole search and rescue mission and all the people they killed on the entire land were not terrorists, but rebels fighting for peace for the country. And so Suicide Squad just starts killing them off before they even start firing. And I don't know why. I was wondering, okay, are these guys idiots? Why won't you fire sooner than later? And I thought it was kind of funny, how incompetent the people were being for terrorists. And I thought it was strange how one of them was just doing laundry, and Peacemaker just shot that one in the head, and he's having a contest with Bloodsport and seeing how many people they can kill in style sport, and turns out all those people that they killed were civilians in. So they weren't what they were told, told the squad. So, and Rick Flag is just having a chat and laughing and friendly chat with the freedom fighter leader. And so the look on their face is priceless when they find out that they killed all of the people. Rick's and the leader face is absolutely priceless and traumatized, and Rick is a little pissed. Because they're idiots. And he calls them idiots. But they need their help. So she agrees to help Rick Flag and the group of the Suicide Squad band of idiots who killed all their men on the island in that Pacific area. So they didn't die peacefully. They died pretty and scream agony pain because they were screaming while they were being killed off. Most of them. More or less so. And they tried to play it cool, deny everything at first, but then Polka Dot Man supposed to exist and says, I pretended they were my mother and I killed them. And then King Shark, he burps up a finger of one of the men that he ate. That they were killing. And that's when the whole things out. So they go to the location. They have to go. The plan is they have to go to this location to free the people. While they go while the Suicide Squad goes on their own mission. That's more has suicide stakes but before that, they have to go on another suicide stake mission and rescue Harley Quinn, who, frees herself and kills everybody in the building on her way out. And hilarious it's very funny, but her actions, she has really good action scene. It's very funny and playful, but it's also pretty badass at the same time. It's like this is a really good Harley Quinn scene. So she meets up with the guys that just got there, that are going to break her out, and she just asks what you're doing. And they're all surprised that they explained the whole situation, that they were planning on breaking her out and saying it was a really good plan. And she felt all bad was offered to go back in the building so we could try it. I found it funny. So anyway, they meet up with each other and go to take this guy, the Thinker, who is another supervillain that they have to basically kidnap and kill him, or they basically have to kidnap him and then get him to the building and basically stop him as that's the orders. But that's not Walter's real agenda of why they needed a Suicide Squad. So she basically manipulated everyone and lied. The reason why Suicide Squad is there is not to do any good, but to cover their country's ass for playing God and experimenting on Star Wars for many generations and many years. And that was getting out of their hands, so they don't want to go public with it at all. Don't want anything to go public at all and destroy the information. They were supposed to destroy the information of Starro that studies on Starro, but they weren't given the exact clear definition of what's going on, really. So Rick Flag is getting this explain. Rat King 2 and Peacemaker and Rick Flag, again, to explain the whole situation, why they're really there, is because their country was behind everything involving the Style Project that they've been experimenting on an alien. And using children, test subjects and stuff. Oh. And, so, Rick Flag has had enough and goes to, get the data from the computer and decides he's going to show it to everyone, to the press. And get it go public. So, it's because he's tired of, being a sucker and covering everyone's asses. So, Peacemaker pulls a gun on Rick Flag and tells him to hand it over the information, and because they can't let that information get out because of national security is what Peacemaker is explaining, why they can't let it get out, and nobody's saying that what they did was right, but still he has orders by Amanda Waller personally to not let any of that information get out, so which leads them to duking out in a hand-to-hand combat. That's pretty brutal. And Rick Flag was going to win until Peacemaker, caught decided to take a piece of glass from a broken sink and stab Rick Flag right through the heart, in the heart area. But Peacemaker was losing the fight for sure. So, but Rick Flag could have won the fight if he saw that coming, you know, or he took a quicker way to kill Peacemaker. But it's not like either one came off as incompetent, you know, or out of character in that fight. So I ended up liking that fight a lot. And after that happens, Rat King 2 sees what we did to Rick Flag, and she runs off with the information. And Peacemaker goes after asking her nicely, and she refusing, especially after what he did to Flag, so I don't think she wants to be reasonable. So, Peacemaker catches up to Rat King 2 and makes her pull a bullet in her head. And Bloodsport drops several feet to the ground, God knows how many feet, and comes out of nowhere and shoots him right in the neck. We see a recap of what happened earlier, of how that happened, how he got there, and Bloodsport, Harley Quinn, and King Shark, and Polka Dot Man were taking on Starro. Well, not really taking on, they were just running from Starro and taking on everyone else that was in there. Okay, let me rephrase it. Okay, Starro broke free before, and the bombs went off, and Starro broke free. The Tinkerer got killed by Starro, ripped in half, and then so on. Starro breaks free out of the building, while the Suicide Squad are trying not to fall to their doom, but King Shark is even after he falls to his doom, supposedly, but then we find out he's perfectly fine and just starts killing people. And then the building starts collapsing because Starro broke free. And that's how we get where we were, where Bloodsport dropping several feet from a building to the ground, where it's a superhero landing. And supposedly kills Peacemaker, but then we found out he's alive at the end credits also, after the end credits also, and he needs surgery, but he will be fine after surgery and full recovery. So, basically the losers that Waller had a beef with and got beef with in this film because they double-crossed her, and now are set to recruit Peacemaker to save the world. And that's why they think Waller is screwing with them. Because Peacemaker is well, he's kind of a douche and insane. He can be. And so Peacemaker is peacefully in a coma is when we meet up with him. So, but back to the main movie. So Peacemaker is down, is out of the fight, the climax of the fight. So all the other information is given to Bloodsport what happened, and I killed Rick Flag and what's on the drive, and takes the drive and hides it in his glove, and they get orders from Waller to leave Starro, kill people, and leave the land because is that not their problem anymore. The mission is success. They came what to do. They don't need the orders not to do any more than that or anything less. So Bloodsport said, "You heard her," and then they all start leaving. And Bloodsport was the last person I expected to turn around. But he was ended up being the first person to turn around and go fight Starro and kill the bastard. And then all the other ones, Suicide Squad members, fall along and as friends was on a Suicide Squad mission with Bloodsport, and they go ready to kick ass, and Waller's ready to press the detonate buttons on all of their heads, that they have bombs in their heads, because, so, that's the part of the draw, so, Wallace keeps on warning her and yelling at them, and saying this is the last chance, and ready to press detonate the entire squad. And, this girl was whacks out like a bitch. And she goes flying down Waller. That's gonna give her a concussion. I thought it was pretty funny, so that was kind of a relief. So everyone in Waller's room that works for Waller, double-crossed her and helped out the squad. And gives squads her instruction of the quickest way to Starro. And so Polka Dot Man gets killed off then in that act of the third act of the climax, while becoming a hero. He says to himself and says he's a motherfucking superhero. Out loud, he actually says that and gets killed off. Despite Starro's feet collapsing